Live TV, man, or live recording, man. Isn't it beautiful? All right, I gotta do some major apologizing to all the great fans out there, guys. I don't know what happened. I just couldn't hear any audio from Anthony Florio when he cut his thing about the Mike Bennett versus Sami Zayn fight. So I tried to change settings on my end, and it basically knocked all my communications off. I do apologize for you guys out there. We did have a unanimous vote. It was 4-0 for Mike Bennett to beat Sami Zayn. So we're not going to bore you with that anymore. We're just going to dive right into the next fight of the night for our Battleground pay-per-view preview. And the next fight I was going to have to cover, and we were going to have Anthony Florio start off, was Baron Corbin going one-on-one with Shinsuke Nakamura. So, Anthony, why don't you step forward, come on in, and give me your thoughts about this matchup.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matt. I mean, there are a few things WWE loves to do more than have whoever holds the Money in the Bank briefcase lose a bunch of matches to throw you off the scent of a cash-in. It almost always happens. Chances are Nakamura will get a strong win here and probably a clean pin, and WWE will think they've tricked us into thinking Corbin won't cash in on a 17-time champion John Cena at SummerSlam, or whoever ends up beating Jinder Mahal. So, Baron Corbin has the Money in the Bank briefcase, and Nakamura hasn't lost a singles match yet, and it's supposed to be the next hot thing. So I think Corbin takes the L here. I have faith he won't get into quote-unquote lose every match territory like some past Money in the Bank holders, but maybe I'm just that. Maybe I'm naive. I don't know. The other possibility here is a non-finish, but I think this feud will be one and done, and maybe they can revisit it later when one of these guys eventually has the WWE Championship. And I do believe both of these guys, or one of these guys, will be WWE Champion in the very near future. Who will it be first? Not sure at this point. We'll just have to wait and see. But for right now, I think it'll be a good match, but there's no question about it in my mind. Briefcase or not, I'm going with Shinsuke Nakamura, the King of Strong Style, to win this. What I think will be a very interesting bout, to say the very least. So, give me the King of Strong Style, Michael Bullock, Shinsuke Nakamura, Baron Corbin. They've gone at it on SmackDown Live. We've seen, the run-ins, the early interference, if you will, the jumpings from behind during entrances. I don't think we're going to see that this time.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see something like that this time, and I think this is going to be a really good match here. And yeah, I got Shinsuke Nakamura winning as well, and I agree with what the guy said. I mean, as well with what Anthony said. I mean, you got Baron Corbin with that Money in the Bank briefcase, and obviously with him losing, it's going to make people believe that he's not going to cash in at some point. And like you said, maybe it probably won't be until like sometime after SummerSlam, or maybe during it, where he'll cash in and become WWE champion. So I think because of that possibility, you obviously have to have him lose this match. So Shinsuke Nakamura is going to win, and I really don't think it's going to affect Baron Corbin, especially when he has that Money in the Bank briefcase. So give me the King of Strong Style to win this one. Twisted Angel, Dee Whitson, let's get your thoughts on it.
I agree. Since Shinsuke is going to go over on Baron. So, enough said. Fletch, it's yours.
And I'm gonna go with Nakamura as well. I think he's just that good at this moment, at this time. I just feel like right now this is the best thing that we could think of, and he's really good in the play. So yeah, most over guy in WWE right now is Shinsuke Nakamura. I think that he's gonna win it as well. So we're just gonna dive right in, and well, it's only fitting that we let the lady lead off on this next. Well, actually, no. Wait. Floyo started on the Nakamura fight.
So it's my turn.
Okay, then I'm gonna hold off because I actually was gonna do the women's match next, but I'm gonna hold off because I'd rather let Dee lead off on that one. So I'm holding off on that. But Michael Bullock, I'm gonna reward you with something really good, really nice. For the United States Heavyweight Championship, the phenomenal AJ Styles puts the title on the line against former champion Kevin Owens. Now, in this match, Kevin Owens was the champion going in, and then a shocking twist, a title change in Madison Square Garden in New York City after AJ Styles won the 4th of July Battle Royale that made him the #1 contender for the United States title. And AJ's like, you know what? I'm not going to wait for Battleground. I wanted to put my opportunity on the line at a house show in Madison Square Garden. They had the fight, and AJ Styles walked away with the belt. Now that AJ Styles was the new champion, Kevin Owens, as former champion, has the opportunity and implemented the rematch clause in the contract. And here we go. Another IWC mega fight in one of the biggest cities out there. And this time, the United States heavyweight title is on the line. Michael Bullock, you lead off, my friend. Is Owens going to regain the belt, or does AJ Styles successfully defend the title?
All right, I can tell you this right now. To me, this is going to be the fight of the night right here. No doubt about it in my mind. Like you said, originally this was going to be, this was supposed to be Kevin Owens defending the title against AJ Styles, but they faced off at the Madison Square Garden, and then I think it was on a Friday night. I mean, I get this breaking news. I mean, I see someone post something saying AJ Styles won the U.S. title. At first, I was like saying, this has got to be a joke. And then as soon as WWE confirmed it, I mean, I had this shocked look on my face. I'm like, wow, a title change at a house show in Madison Square Garden? You rarely see a title change at a house show. And the last time that happened was obviously in 2012 when Primo and Epico won the titles from I think it was Air Boom. I think it was. I mean, AJ Styles certainly sent some shockwaves through the WWE universe that night, and so now it's going to be the other way around with AJ Styles defending the title against Kevin Owens. And like I said, I think this is going to be the fight of the night. And obviously, I mean, I think it would be too soon for AJ Styles to lose this prestigious title. But who knows? I mean, Kevin Owens, I mean, could regain it. I mean, could regain his belt, but I don't see that happening. I'm going with the phenomenal AJ Styles to win this match, and what I think is going to be the fight of the night. I don't know how you guys feel about it. So, Twisted Angel, Didi Woodson, I give it to you. You got two IWC darlings going at it. AJ Styles, Kevin Owens. Who's going to come out on top?
Which one did you pick?
I got the phenomenal AJ Styles winning.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I mean, it's too soon for AJ to let go of the title, quite yet. And besides, I see Owens later possibly going up for a different title. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see what happens here. But not much more I'm going to say on it. So I'm going to toss it over to Fletch.
Now, going into this was going to be one of the toughest fights that we were probably going to have to call all night because of the fact that, for one, AJ Styles, I don't know if this belt is really meant for him. I kind of feel like, in a way, being United States champion is somewhat beneath him because of the fact that He's been IWGP Heavyweight Champion. He's been WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And he also has held the TNA World Heavyweight title in his career. So I kind of felt like the belt is kind of below him. But with the possible vision or the idea of bringing back the U.S. Heavyweight Championship Open Challenge, it opens a brand new door of, oh my God, if they go back to this well again, who knows what the possibilities are, because of the fact that, remember, when John Cena did it the first time around, it brought prestige and the greatness of the belt back from literally the dead. Now AJ Styles is possibly thinking about doing that, and there's a big rumor going around that we might get AJ Styles, John Cena at SummerSlam at the Barclays in Brooklyn this year. And if that happens for the United States title, even though I know the belt is beneath both men, but you're talking about one of the greatest rivalries in WWE. As a matter of fact, probably rivalry of the year. I think it was back in like 2015, 2016 when Cena and Styles went at it. All their fights were really phenomenal matches, no pun intended. So, I mean, you got that. Then you got Kevin Owens, who I believe has been a good champion, even though the belt has been is somewhat beneath him as well. Universal Champion, a former Ring of Honor World Champion as well. So, I mean, these guys know how it is to have a lot of success in professional wrestling, and these are two IWC darlings too. So how's this going to play out? I don't know. This is really, in the back of my mind, one of the toughest calls of the entire night. This and one other fight, I can't even predict who's going to win. I'm going to go with the consensus, and I'm going to go with AJ Styles, but I would not be shocked or stunned if AJ loses the belt back to Kevin Owens. So with that said, Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
Oh, man. I believe it was Michael Bullock who informed me about what happened 2 weeks ago when AJ Styles won the United States Heavyweight Championship in Madison Square Garden. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, they did a major title change at a house show. Wow. I was stunned beyond belief. But as far as this is concerned, the booking for this is probably just go out and have the match of the night, obviously. If this isn't the best match on the show, I'll be shocked. Everyone will. We all will. It's maybe the only match on the card that would have to work overtime to fail. With all that being said, it's almost too close to call. I'll give you that, MF. Kevin Owens could win the belt back, as the Styles title change was probably just to pop the Madison Square Garden crowd. Or AJ could keep it and head into a SummerSlam for maybe a possible match with Shinsuke Nakamura. Or they could be saving that for WrestleMania 34, and they do Styles versus Cena again. That would at least help Jinder be safe for another pay-per-view. So it'll be fun to see how it plays out. My guess is Styles retains, so we need at least one singles face champ. Of course, you got Naomi as well, but best match of the night, even though we have seen it a few times. I feel like they're going to have a better match than what they did at Backlash and try to steal the show, like wrestlers tend to say. Since it's Styles and Owens, they certainly have the skills to provide a Flair Steamboat 5-star classic match if they are given the time to do it. I'd be very surprised if there was a title change since Styles won it less than 2 weeks ago. Bring on the AJ Styles U.S. title open challenge after this. So I'm with the consensus here. Winner and still United States Heavyweight Champion. My man of the Fortune 4. Throw it up for the phenomenal AJ Styles. So with that being said, I think it's time for us to get ready for some hot women's action, MF.
And this is a very important matchup because the winner of this one gets the golden ticket, a championship fight against Naomi at SummerSlam, a fatal 5-way elimination to determine the #1 contender for the SmackDown Women's title. The combatants in this epic match is Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Tamina, and Lana. Dee Woodson, you are our resident when it comes to the women's division, and you've been the most outspoken when it comes to the women's division whenever it's anything bad. But this seems like a very compelling matchup. Who wins it? Who fights Naomi at the Barclays in Brooklyn for SummerSlam?
Well, I've got to hand it to the ladies of SmackDown. They have been settling their issues in a variety of interesting matches. Plus, they've competed in 2 Money in the Bank matches where Carmella ended up claiming the title twice, even though one was controversial. And the rest of the women roster has been battling out to see who gets Naomi in SummerSlam. Well, this time I'm pretty confident that it's not going to be Tamina, not going to be Lana. You know, they're not really factors here because, for one, Lana's already had several title shots and failed. And it would be pretty much a waste of time to give her another shot. Tamina, no, I don't think she'll get it either. She's too busy right now watching Lana's back. So Natalya is someone who can be called on at a moment's notice to bring in a championship feud, but I really don't see her being one picked for such a marquee match as SummerSlam. Charlotte being the big name, she has credibility, needs to make such a big match with Naomi to stand out for next month's pay-per-view, but we've already seen that as well. So that pretty much leaves Becky Lynch. So I'm going to go with Becky on this one because it has been a while since she's had the title, and it's a fresher matchup to present, the cool babyface-ish scenario with both of them. And I just think it'll make a better match at SummerSlam. So I'm going with Becky Lynch on this one. Like I said, mainly because she has not been in the title picture for quite a while or had a shot at it. So, Fletch, I'm tossing it back to you.
This is such a tough decision to make because there's so many different scenarios that is running through my head right now. Without a doubt, this is the most unpredictable fight to call. I could see Lana winning it. And the reason why is, like Dee, you just said, Tamina. She might clear the ring out or do some big move where Lana could sneak through the back door, get the 1, 2, 3, and win the fight. This has the makings of a backdoor victory. Now, for Natalya, maybe she deserves it, maybe, but I don't know if she really is worthy enough of the title shot right now. Obviously, a lot of people will go with Charlotte Flair. She is the chosen one. She was supposed to be the face of SmackDown Live, especially when she came from Monday Night Raw, but she hasn't really done anything really since she's gotten on SmackDown Live, and a lot of people have been wondering what is going on with the Queen. She hasn't acted like the Queen. She hasn't been the Queen of SmackDown like everybody thought she was gonna be when she first started. I don't know. That's a tough call. With Becky Lynch, like you said, she's kind of been that one that hasn't gotten the opportunity in a while. She's come so close, but yet so far. But she kind of has this little mean streak about her now. And like you said, she just got a huge victory on Tuesday night over Charlotte Flair. Could that be momentum for her to push her over the top and make her the #1 contender? Quite frankly, deep down inside, I would love to see Becky Lynch win it. No, just saying, for more than just personal reasons. I'm not just as a commentator either. But if I'm going to be objective, professional, and to do my due diligence as the host of this show, I'm actually going to surprise you guys, and I'm actually going to go with Lana with a backdoor victory to win this match and declare her the #1 contender again. Because at the end of the day, I think what's going to happen is I think Carmella's going to win the title at SummerSlam. That's my boldest prediction. I'm going right now. I think Carmella will cash in on Naomi at SummerSlam in Brooklyn because this is beautifully set it up in my eyes. I don't know how Callie the Wonder Cat's going to feel about this. She might be meowing at me, yelling like, Michael, you're an idiot right now. And I probably can't hear it, but it is what it is. But I think Lana's going to win. I think Lana will be the #1 contender. I think Lana will fight at SummerSlam against Naomi. Obviously, I'll have Naomi go over and keep the belt. But this is where I think the cash-in happens. And the Queen of Staten Island, or the Princess of Staten Island, will become the new queen of SmackDown Live as the next WWE SmackDown Women's Champion. And it will also uphold that tradition of the Money in the Bank cashing in and a new champion's crowned. I'm just foreshadowing from about a month from now. I could be wrong. If Lana doesn't win it, then this changes everything for me. But I'm just going there out on a major limb. Anthony Florio, it's yours.
Oh boy, how do I follow that? Well, I'll sure give it a try. This is going to be an agree to disagree, MF. I disagree with the pick. I honestly do not have Lana, although my heart is telling me Lana could sneak in and pull, as we say, a backdoor victory, come in the back door, like, Gorilla and you would always say. But let me just throw out my schematic here. SmackDown Live loves its everybody into the pool title and #1 contender matches. I'm honestly surprised Carmella and Naomi aren't just in it already. The logical story for me seems to be Charlotte Flair winning, because she's the most proven championship talent. And having Naomi and Charlotte tear it up at SummerSlam could make up for the lackluster Money in the Bank ladder matches and Lana title matches we've been dealing with for the past couple of months. Plus, what better time for, and now here comes the agree part of that. Plus, what better time for Carmella to cash in or think about it than when Charlotte and Naomi have pushed each other to the limit. Honestly, this wrestling fan just wants to see Charlotte and Naomi try to out-athlete each other. So that's just how I personally feel about it. So the winner of this match is supposed to face Naomi for what is the SmackDown Women's Championship. But I'm going to be honest, after what Naomi did to it, I'm not calling it the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. I'm calling it the WWE LED Women's Championship, because that's what it is to me. You see the LEDs on that thing? Holy guacamole. That's all I can say on that. And that's why I'm calling it from this day forward, at least until Naomi drops it. I'm going to refer to it as the LED Women's Championship. That's just how I personally feel about it. So, with that being said, the winner of this match is supposed to face Naomi for the LED Women's Championship at SummerSlam. But we all know it's going to lead probably most likely to yet another get all the ladies on the card match. Based on so that's all I can say there. So for me, I have to go honestly. I have to go with my former crown jewel of Monday Night Raw, and that is Charlotte Flair. She's the winner here. She's showing a bit of a heel persona, and she's going to take on Naomi next month in a match that I personally cannot wait to see. And I think she's going to get. I think she's going to get over on Natalya, as the Heart Queen might be bowing out soon if rumors are true. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that, but they are being real careful to not say this is a number one contender match with the women's Money in the Bank briefcase floating around out there. I think WWE wants the best match possible at SummerSlam, and that will rule out Natalya, Lana, and Tamina. There is a chance Natalya wins to give us a true heel-face dynamic at SummerSlam, but like I said, Charlotte is my number one choice, although Becky is my number two, especially after Becky Lynch knocked off Charlotte Flair this past Tuesday night on SmackDown Live, much to my chagrin and much to the delight of MF. But that's no doubt about it here. I got Charlotte Flair winning this, and then I think she could win the title from Naomi, but then I think Carmella will cash in the Money in the Bank, and Carmella will walk out of SummerSlam as the brand new LED Women's Champion. So my winner and going on to SummerSlam, it's going to be my former crown jewel of Monday Night Raw, now on SmackDown Live, the Queen herself, Charlotte Flair. So, Michael Bullock, front and center with who you like in this very interesting, this newest get all the women on the show match.
Yeah, and like you said, this is basically tough to call. I mean, a lot of things could definitely. A lot of different scenarios could happen here. I mean, there is a possibility that Becky Lynch could win. I mean, because like you said, with the way she momentum after her victory over Charlotte on Tuesday night, and yeah, I mean a certain number of things, but like you said, maybe even Lana could win could win and become the number one contender via, probably out of the back door with some help from Tamina. And I know if I pick Lana, I know Callie's probably going to be meowing loudly at me, probably like, Mike Bullock, you idiot! How could you pick Lana? Yeah, I'm sure she's probably hearing that right now, and so. Well, Callie, I'll say this right now. It's not Lana. I'm not going with her. So you can rest easy, girl. So, yeah. So who do I have winning it? I got to go with Anthony Florio on this one. I'm going to go with Charlotte Flair to win this one because I'll be quite honest. We've been wanting to see Charlotte against Naomi, especially ever since Charlotte came to SmackDown Live. And I think this is when it's going to happen. And they will fight each other at SummerSlam. And I agree with what I think could happen. I think they're going to have a really good match at SummerSlam. And they're going to be so worn out that Carmella is going to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. And she's going to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. I mean, that's how I see that happening. And I know with Dee Woodson hearing that, she's probably like, Mike Bullock, you idiot. How can you say Carmella's going to cash in and become the SmackDown Women's Champion? Because, I'll say it here, folks, for those who are tuning in for the first time, Dee Woodson is not a big fan of Carmella. Yeah, you can even see her shaking her head right now. She's not a big fan of Carmella. I know there's some other people who are, but do not even say that to her because she will go off on you big time on her because, and I'll be quite honest, she can't wrestle for crap. I'll say that right now because of her dinky little man, James Ellsworth, who obviously is suspended. And yeah, that's another person that Dee Woodson cannot stand right now. So yeah, I'm pretty much going to stop mentioning it before I really get Dee Woodson going here. Because I'll tell you this right now, when she gets when she gets going, she is hard to contain. So there's really nothing more for me to say. Charlotte wins and faces off against Naomi at SummerSlam. So there's really nothing more for me to say. Fletch, I give it to you.
I'm just gonna say it like this: if we were in Alliance, Ohio right now, all three of us, she probably would either sink Callie after us, 2, throw the kids after us, or 3, she'll just straight up do the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and
I'd probably have claw marks on my face.
We basically would be like Uncle. She would be like the Uncle Phil. We would be Jazz, and we'd be thrown out the door.
Or I'd probably end up like cat food for Callie.
Yeah, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be, that's one thing. And the thing is because we're all prognosticating that, and all of us just admitted it. I think Florio, you admitted it. I just admitted it, and Bullock, we just admitted it. We just called for Carmella to win the title at SummerSlam.
Yes, you did.
If that actually happens, A, we're Nostradamuses, but 2, we're gonna get killed. I'm telling you, the night of SummerSlam, we're all.
And I'll say this right now: put the women and children to bed because it's gonna get ugly.
Because Mama Didi is gonna be whooping all of our asses. You know this.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to say now you can call me Grandma Didi because Michael got married and has a daughter. So.
And in the immoral words of
I did not know that. Oh, congratulations, Mike. When did that happen?
Congratulations.
The day after his birthday.
Wow. I did not know that.
And there's another thing I want to bring up. I mean, in the immoral words of Stone Cold Steve Austin, she probably would stomp a mud hole on us.
Oh yeah, she'll walk, and she will walk it dry. She will do the Oklahoma on us.
And open up a can of whoop ass on us.
Yeah, she'll do the Oklahoma.
I could sick the 5 dogs that live around me on you.
So
that's cool. I know you punishment, Didi Woods.
This is basically one time that we hope that all 3 of us are wrong.
Yeah. Even Callie's like, hey, that's not right. That's unfair. Why would you stick the dogs down on
she hates dogs.
So like I basically said, this is one time I really hope all 3 of us are wrong here.
Yeah, well, if we are wrong, then we'll gladly be wrong. But if we're right, I'm hiding under the table. I'm not coming out that night. Forget that.
Or I just may not show up on the show because.
No. You got to show up, Bullock. You have to show up. I mean, the producers expect us to be on the show. We have to show up.
Yeah, I'll probably just take.
No running away from this.
I'll just take the opening of that can of whoop ass like a man.
Yeah, there you go. All right, enough about that. Let's just we're getting too far ahead of ourselves here. The show's completely going off the rails again. So let's try to reel it back in. The next thing we have is basically, I believe this is the flag match. Yes, it is. It's the flag match. It is John Cena going one-on-one with Rusev. I obviously will get to lead this one off. And I'm going to say this. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be an okay fight. Obviously, we're going to say John Cena is going to be the winner. We obviously are thinking that John Cena is going to win. He's going to retrieve the United States flag. And we're going to get to hear the Star Spangled Banner when it's all said and done with this. Now, the only way that Cena does not win this fight and Rusev wins is if somebody comes out, jumps Cena, and basically lays him out to the point where Rusev is able to get the flag. Because that's the only way Rusev wins. Obviously, the betting line, everybody's predicting that Super Cena is going to rule the roost again, even though, and I'm going to tell you this, Philadelphia, they are very, very, very passionate about the United States flag. They're very passionate about America because remember, and this is for all you history people out there, Philadelphia was the original capital. before Washington, D.C. became the big thing, Philadelphia was really the birthplace of a lot of the biggest moments in American history. And Anthony Florio will, if he wants to run that down, then be my guest. But Philadelphia was the original hotbed for a lot of the American Revolution, for our country back in the 1700s. So this is going to be one of those moments where obviously you want to let the USA get the victory here. You want John Cena to win because, like I said, it is an American hotbed. Remember, even the night when they announced that Osama bin Laden was dead, when he was killed by the United States and the NATO allies when they did that raid on May 1st, on that day, a day after my birthday, nonetheless. It was on May 1st, which is actually the birthday of one of our former high school friends. We actually saw that thing happen. And what is the one moment out of the entire world that we remember about that night in sports? The Philadelphia Phillies playing the New York Mets at Citizens Bank Park in Philly. And when that news broke out, the most loudest, most passionate USA chants broke out in that stadium. There was over they said about 25,000 that night cheering on that moment. And let me tell you, you don't think that brings a lump to your throat, a tear in your eye, and makes you feel as damn proud of an American as all four of us are? This is John Cena, and this is not about John Cena. This would be WWE's way of tipping the cap, showing the love to Philadelphia, not only as a great wrestling town, not as a great sports town, even though their fans can be very, very vocal about their sports teams. But it's also a nod to American history. I got nothing more to say. John Cena wins. Anthony Florio, how do you follow that?
Well, I'll tell you, MF. I mean, wow. I don't know how. I mean, you even threw in a history lesson on that. Wow. I thought I was the professor of this show, but okay. Takes a professor to know a professor, as I say. So, all right. Let me just say it like this. I like both guys. I really do. But I honestly don't care about seeing this match again. The USA versus Bulgaria flag story is what you do when you can't think of anything else. Is anybody in the US watching at home thinking, I hope Cena wins because I hate those damn Bulgarians? Nope. Nobody cares. Cena wins and poor Rusev loses his first feud after coming back from an injury instead of giving him a chance to move up the ladder. Moving to SmackDown Live could have been a reboot for Rusev. Instead, they're going to be feeding him to Cena again. Gone. That's it. Cena wins. Nothing left to say. Bullet, how do you follow that?
Whew. I really don't know how to follow that. I mean, I understand where Anthony is going with this, but I mean, this is not about that. I mean, this is about the USA. I mean, and we are in one of the biggest parts of the USA in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where one of the most famous things that's part of Philadelphia, the Liberty Bell. I mean, and obviously, I think because of all that, and with it being in Philadelphia, yes, I know it's an IWC crowd and they want John Cena to lose, but because it's in Philadelphia and they want somebody from the U.S. to win, so I got to go with John Cena to win this one. And yeah, so excuse me. Yeah, so basically, I mean, who knows? Maybe maybe this time around, maybe the loss really doesn't hurt Rusev. So we'll definitely have to wait and see. So Cena wins. Let's move on. Did Didi Woodson talk about it yet?
Nope.
Oh, all right. So
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna make it unanimous and go with Cena, especially since they're saying that Mahal wants to face Cena at SummerSlam, and it's starting to look like that's probably what's going to happen. So yeah, I'm going to go with Cena for the win. So Fletch, let's move on.
And now we're going to turn our attention to the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship. It is the Usos putting the titles on the line against the New Day. And you want to talk about craziness. You want to talk about going there. This has been, after their first fight that they had not too long ago in the last pay-per-view, it wasn't really, I mean, it was good, it was solid, everything else. And you had the nice little bars. It took a whole new level and it got really personal on the 4th of July, just 2 weeks ago, when Wale and the New Day and the Usos did a battle rap. And it went so lit. It was talked about on social media, and it was, without a doubt, one of the greatest segments ever. Since that moment, the war between these two has gotten really serious. We had one victory for the New Day in a singles match, one victory for the Usos in a one-on-one match. Both members got their opportunities, and they split it 1-1. Sunday night is the rubber fight. One way or another, either the Usos or the New Day will be walking out of the Philadelphia as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Anthony Florio front and center. Who do you have in this title fight?
New Day. Gotta be. With SummerSlam positioned as second WrestleMania, expect New Day to walk into it as your WWE World
SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Yes, and become the first tag team to win both the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championship. I expect a multiple team match at SummerSlam to get as many of the teams on there as possible. Maybe New Day versus the Usos versus Breezango versus whoever wrecked Breezango's office, roughed up Tyler Breeze and all that stuff. So, anyways, I mean, logic dictates that the New Day will win here, but there is a chance the Usos could come out of this. I mean, then we could get Breezango back in the mix, or maybe you could build the Ascension or the Hype Bros back up, because let's face it, when it comes to the tag team divisions right now, Monday Night Raw is head and shoulders above the rest. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, in terms of direction, New Day SmackDown Live has the two best tag teams, period, in the New Day and the Usos. I'm going to give you guys that. But in terms of direction and whatnot, Raw is better because you've got, a clear picture. Because you got Sheamus and Cesaro, you got the Hardys, you also got Gallows and Anderson, and of course the newly returning Revival. And who knows, maybe more to come. But SmackDown Live really needs to refocus on the tag team division, and because New Day and the Usos are all you have right now. I mean Breezango, yes. Then the Ascension, who of course has been a part of Derek Ferrera's Burial Club. Hype Bros are on the verge of breaking up, I think, and God knows what's going on with the Colognes. I don't know if they still have a job there or if they got future endeavored, but I really don't know. I mean, you honestly could have made an argument that this could have been a gimmick match after the Usos lost by countout after walking away at Money in the Bank. I mean, at least they added to the feud with that surprisingly entertaining battle rap segment. I mean, I honestly thought that was going to be a campy comedy, bullfunky nonsense segment, but boy, oh boy, did they surprise the hell out of me, personally. The lack of depth in the SmackDown tag division, like I just mentioned, makes it hard to predict because other than Breezango, they aren't using other teams much at all. I'm leaning towards a New Day victory just to have a title change on the show. And maybe it won't have a clear winner because I think these teams are possibly having a ladder match at SummerSlam. You can bank on that, but I'm going with my gut here. I'm gonna take the chance here. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care. Winners and new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, soon to be once again your WWE World Tag Team Champions, and to make history by becoming the first team to win both the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championship. It's your boys, the New Day, baby. Michael Bullock, how about it?
I agree. I'm gonna go with the New Day as well. I mean, yeah, I think. I mean, the Usos. They've had a good run with the title, but I think they won't. I think this is a night we could see history in the making, and where the New Day will become the first tag team to win both the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles. So yeah, so I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna go with the New Day as well, and if they do win, then I will do that New Day shtick that I normally do. Only when they win. If people were expecting me to do it tonight, and when predicting the New Day to win, it's not going to happen. You're only going to see it if they do win Sunday night at Battleground. So New Day wins. Dee Woodson, I give it to you.
Yeah, I'll make it unanimous and say New Day wins. So y'all pretty much touched on all of it. So Fletch, it's yours.
Yeah, I'll go with New Day. Well, actually, no, I disagree. I'm going with the Usos. I'm sorry. I just feel like I think if the New Day wins, it'll be like by disqualification because I don't think they're going to end the rivalry. I think because there's not much teams now on SmackDown. They really did a disservice to us on SmackDown Live. I mean, we are bleeding tag teams. We are in real deep trouble now when it comes to that. I know it's hard. I know we wish we could do something, but I don't know. I don't know what there is to say. So I think the Usos are going to win it. I think they're going to keep the belts. So I guess I'm going to be that one guy in the land of the lost, or whatever. So there's nothing more to do. So let's just get into the final fight of the night, the main event. It's Jinder Mahal puts the WWE title on the line against Randy Orton in a Punjabi prison match. Okay, so if you're watching this for the first time and you don't know what a Punjabi prison is, let me tell you what it is pretty much. It is a two-tier it's a two-tier cage. Basically, you have an outer tier and an inner tier. The inner tier will engulf the ring. The outer tier is basically the size and the height of the Hell in a Cell. Think about it like, remember that dog kennel match that they had years ago? So it's two cages. In both cages, there's going to be weapons. In the first cage, or the first tier of the Punjabi prison, there's 4 trapdoors on each end of the structure. When a wrestler activates or tells the referee to open one of the doors, the referee will open it and it'll be remained open for 60 seconds. If the wrestler is able to get out of it, great, congratulations, you're now in the second tier. If they are unable to get to that door, then the door is shut, it is locked, and you're not allowed to go to that door again. Once all 4 doors are locked, then at that point you have to go over the top to get into tier number 2. Once you're in tier number 2, then it's a straight climb over the top, and both feet must touch the floor in order to win the match and become the WWE champion. With that said, Michael Bullock, you get to lead off on the main event of the evening.
Yeah, I think this is basically going to be this is going to be a good match here, and obviously with the Punjabi prison, I don't think we're going to see any interference from the Singh brothers, but you never know. Yeah, this is only the 3rd Punjabi prison match in the history of the WWE, and the last time we saw one was 10 years ago when the Great Khali and Batista faced off for the World Heavyweight Championship at the time. And yeah, Fletcher basically mentioned the rules of it, so to me, I'm going to go with Jinder Mahal to win the WWE Championship because I think I think they're going to have something for Jinder Mahal planned for SummerSlam. Who's that going to be? Well, we're obviously going to have to wait and find out. So winner and still WWE champion, the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. Didi Woodson, I give it to you.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be Jinder Mahal. Like I said earlier, he wants to face John Cena at SummerSlam, which looks like that's probably what's going to happen. So, yeah. Besides, this is more gender style match since he picked it because of the fact that he is from India and and everything. So whether or not he can actually do it without the Singh brothers' help, that's going to be another question alone right there. So not much more I had to say about it. So Fletch, it's yours.
Well, you have to understand this when it comes to the Punjabi prison, that yes, it's supposed to negate people to interfere, but the thing is that when you got the Singh brothers, they're probably not going to be able to influence anything on that first tier because that inner tier, there's no way you're going to be able to get in. But that second tier, especially if Randy tries to climb out, there might be some issues. And that's the one problem I see. The only way this gets neutralized is if Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan put some kind of decree that the Singh brothers cannot be with Jinder Mahal heading into the Punjabi prison on Sunday night. Whatever the case may be, this is going to be one heck of a match because we never ever get an opportunity to see this match. I hope it comes off really well. I don't have much faith in the match because I just don't have that much faith in Jinder Mahal. I think that's the best way to say it. Now, there is a theory. I'd rather not tip my hand yet like I did with the women, but Didi brought up a good point about that they want to do a possible Cena Mahal. If they do that, I'm going to openly say that I think the Money in the Bank might come into play. I don't know why, but I think the Money in the Bank will come into play. at that point. Just my thoughts alone, my personal feelings. I think Jinder will win the match. He'll successfully defend the title, which is going to leave a bitter taste in my mouth because of me being such a Randy Orton loyalist to the very end, much to the chagrin of a few of my friends who don't like Orton. Okay, to each his own. Whatever. Anthony Florio, it's all yours.
Okay. So I think the hook is that it seems stupid for Jinder to be so reliant on the Singh brothers and then choose a match where the Singh brothers can't interfere, that Randy will be too confident that he's good and get caught by surprise Singh interference. Nothing says those guys can't climb cages or fit through the gigantic square holes in the cage. Maybe the whole gimmick is that they're going to climb through at the very beginning, and everyone who'd maybe want to help Randy fight them off is slightly too big. So as far as what I'm saying here, I think this is as good a place as any to end this feud. And Jinder Mahal is definitely leaving Battleground as champion. Really, the only question here is whether Orton is finally going to, for real, absolutely destroy and murder a Singh brother this time. I'm guessing Mahal escapes when Orton takes a moment to RKO a Singh off the top of the fence. Orton's really going to hurt them boys bad. And right now, even though I've been, a little skeptical about, Mahal, Jinder Mahal right now is money. It's rare in the modern era to find people who generate real heat, and Jinder does that. He reminds me a lot of JBL, when JBL was the WWE champion about, 13 years ago. But anyway, I think he's going to win here and make someone a massively over babyface at SummerSlam. Maybe John Cena, maybe even AJ Styles. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. It depends on what direction WWE wants to go in. Even though the hot rumor is Jinder Mahal and John Cena at SummerSlam, as first reported by our own Derek Ferreira. So I'll make it unanimous. Jinder Mahal, the modern-day Maharaja, still your WWE champion after this only third ever Punjabi prison match. Nothing more to say, MF. I think it's just time to get into our overall, progression of it.
Yeah, this is the expectations of our show. This is the one where we kind of try to predict, our feeling level, try to get the gauge. What do we think this pay-per-view is gonna produce? So, Michael Bullock, you are going to... Actually, no, wait. Bullock led off. Dee Woodson, you lead off on this, my dear. So, what's your expectation level for Battleground?
Well, I'm hoping it will be like most of the rest of the SmackDown pay-per-views have been, where they've been really good shows. Even the SmackDown Live has produced really strong shows. So I'm hoping this one will be, but there are a few matches in here that I'm not entirely looking forward to seeing and not expecting them to be really great matches. So for a prediction rating, I will probably give it a 7 to 7.5. But for me, I still think that AJ and Owens could be your sleeper fight of the night. And I'm hoping that the WWE title will be, a very worthwhile match. So we'll have to kind of wait and see what happens there. And as far as the women, if Charlotte gets it, great. If Becky gets it, great. The other three, I really just, if Lana wins, I think a lot of people will probably go off on that. But I don't see the other three really having much impact on this fatal five-way. But if it happens, it happens. No big deal. But yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be a really strong show. So not much more I have to say about it. So I'll toss it back to you.
I'm gonna go with Didi on this one. I think this is gonna be at least a 7.5 as my expectation level. I'm gonna rate it a little low because of the fact that some of the matches seem very predictable, and that's one thing that SmackDown Live has not really been lately, is too predictable. I think some of the matches we're going is kind of just status quo type stuff, just to give us a little momentum going into SummerSlam. But I really hope that there is a couple of surprises somewhere down the pipe that we don't expect. We'll just have to wait and see how everything plays out at the grand scheme of things. But at the end of the day, I think 7 to 7.5 is a good at least measuring stick. But SmackDown Live in the past has always either raised the bar enough that it gets us to that 7, or they've blown expectations over all our heads and gone into 8 level. Now, I don't know if this is going to be an 8 level, but at least 7.5 is kind of a safe bet more than anything else. So play it safe, 7 to 7.5. But of course, as a SmackDown guy, as a guy representing Team Blue, I want to see 8.5, higher than that, But at the end of the day, we'll wait and see what happens. Anthony Florio, it's all yours.
Yeah, I know how bad you want to see 8+ on that MF. I mean, especially with how surprisingly amazing Great Balls of Fire turned out to be a couple weeks ago, and I'm right about there, 7 to 7.5. I mean, when you look at the card, Styles and Owens, they're gonna steal the show. Let's not kid ourselves. And then I just let me just say it like this. I hope the Philly crowd has a lot of energy on Sunday night, because if they do, it will really help the show. If they don't care about some of these matches, then that's going to hurt. I know the SmackDown roster is talented and they'll work hard, but my interest level in this show is right around the 7 to 7.5 range. Like I said, Styles and Owens, that's the one for me. Tag team titles, I think, will be good. The flag match, I have no desire to see that. I think it's going to be a boring fight. Hope I'm wrong on that. Punjabi Prison, I'm definitely intrigued with that. Zayn and Canella should be good. The women's match, Elimination Rules, I think that's got potential to be something really good. And then and then Nakamura and Corbin should be a solid fight as well. So yeah, I think 7 to 7.5 out of 10 is about right. And like I said, I'm just hoping that Philly crowd, which is an IWC hotspot, by the way, I'm hoping that they'll bring the energy. I don't even know why I'm hoping. I know they will. They'll cheer for the fights they want to see. They'll probably crap all over the fights they don't want to see. Flag match, just saying. So we'll see. So 7.5. I think that's about right. So Michael Bullock, your overall excitement level for Battleground?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a 7 to 7.5 as well. So you guys pretty much touched on everything on what's going to be good, what's not going to be good. So there's really nothing more to say. So Fletch, let's just put a bow on this special Battleground preview edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk.
Yes, indeed, and we are going to end it right here, right now. I do want to apologize one more time to the producers and to everybody for the microphone issues that I had earlier in the evening. That sucked so bad. I can't believe that happened. But hopefully everything will be good, ready, and we'll have everything back in pristine order on Sunday night for the recap, and that will happen at 11 p.m. Eastern, as always, right here on Braves Fan 95. And then Monday night is Ridiculously Raw. Anthony Floyd will be hosting it on his channel, and what we are going to have at that point is we're going to have Monday Night Raw. We're also going to have the Tony's Take. That's going to be 205 Live, and we're also going to be covering TNA Global Force Wrestling Impact is going to be on the air as well. And then come on back Tuesday night at 10:30 Eastern for the Cerebral Smack Talk. We got SmackDown Live and the Mikey's Mindset. We're going to bring back Lucha Underground. I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you 2 weeks worth of Lucha Underground because I did bump it off last week to make way for the RWA Legacy show. And if I do get any results from Legacy, then I will have it for you exclusively on the Mikey's Mindset, a part of Cerebral Smack Talk. And then 1 week from tonight, we do bring back our, I know you guys were hoping for it. We're bringing it back. Strictly Sports. We're going to have a brand new docket. I think one of the stories I definitely think we should get into, and I hope the producers gives us the green light. Man, want to talk about craziness in the NBA? I mean, Kyrie Irving demanding a trade out of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Whoa. Who saw that coming? None of us. We should get into that. And then, of course, power rankings, the whole 9 yards. So, with that said, thank you guys for watching, as always. And, the routine, hugs and hand pounds. We're out. Have a good night. So long for now. For Anthony Floyo, for Jimmy Woodson, for Mike Bullock, it's yours truly, Mike Fletcher. Bye-bye, everybody.